Do you know what? I just can't believe I can't get a signal. It's like, how can it be, right, when you think about this logically, yeah? How can it be that in 1969, the President Nixon of the United States phoned Neil Armstrong, who was on the moon, and they had what was probably the most perfect phone call in terms of reception that you've ever heard of you've ever heard or seen in your life. And yet us in 2023, over 50 years since that supposed historic event, I can't get even a fucking signal in this country. How's that possible, guys? I mean, there's only two explanations. Well, I think one, actually. That obviously the moon landing just never occurred, and it's just been a total fucking lie. Because obviously they were racing against the USSR. You know what the funny thing was? You know, there's actually a great theory that I've heard. No, you know what? I just believe it now. The theory is that they tricked the USSR to thinking that they were. Sorry, mate. I'm talking, mate. No, sorry, mate. No. What is it? That they off my train of thought now. Yeah, I just don't think it just didn't happen, mate. They were racing against the USSR. They tried to con the USSR to think they didn't get to the moon, and then by doing so, they bankrupted the USSR. And then about 15 years later, well, 20 years later, the USSR collapsed. It ran out of money. Sounds like quite a good theory, doesn't it? Probably one said we can fake it better than them. So I think I'm just going to sit down somewhere, guys, because if I move, the signal fucks. So I want to go somewhere sort of well lit. Yeah, it's a nice place. Winchester, yeah, it's very small though. I've pretty much done the whole lap of the city. Might go down to the Guildhall. So I hope people heard my rant from why I don't get behind the sort of stop the boat nationalist people. It's the exact same reason. And they're easily led. Like the nationalist people in specifically are easily led. Am I gonna have to fucking lower the bit rate of this fucking thing? I'm starting to unwind now. I've opened up a can. I fancied a drink, even though it's quite cold here. I still fancied a nice cold bevy. Should I go spoons? Should this be a spoons? I've been grumpy for the last 2 days. I've had a bad 2 days. It's the first time I've had a drink as well. Go then, let's go to spoons. And then, what time is it? So in 40 minutes time, I want to watch UNN because, like I said in the last stream, Danny Roscoe, you know, aka actual coverage, his twin brother, is going on David Clues's show. And because I understand the nationalist, I understand the stop the boats people, because I used to be one of those kind of people, right? It's like how and I regret doing it because I was a normie back then. It was 2016 that actually woke me up. I used to be a Remainer, right? Obviously now I'm a Brexiteer, right? Not that that matters anymore, we never got Brexit, but I understand how the Remainer thinks because I used to be one of them. I understand how the nationalist thinks, so I used to be one of them, right? And I know that they're easily led. So they've been conned by all of the rage bait, not clickbait, rage bait of, oh, this bloke's been arrested for carrying a Union flag and all this, and it's just, all the nationalists like, oh, wow, this is meant to be England, and all of this, right? This is, oh, you know, oh, why did we bother fighting World War II, like, and all this. I know how they think, right? So Danny Roscoe, unfortunately, I like Danny Roscoe, but he's one of those people. He's easily led, right? And he doesn't quite understand the bigger argument with what do you call it, Palestine and Israel. So he is going to get absolutely. I think he's unless Dave is going to go kid gloves on him, he's going to get kind of decimated, I think, because he just doesn't understand. He just goes, oh well, I'm pro-Israel because Tommy Robinson says so. Do you know what I mean? That sort of thing. It's like when you think about it logically, why do we have any fucking relationship to Israel or Palestine, either one of them, right? That also includes all the Palestine people, well, just blindly supporting Palestine. They're also easily led fools as well, right? Yeah, emotionally led. Yeah, that's the purpose behind rage bait. Exactly, Tony Garrett. Yeah. So they're easily led. We can just see through it now that we know the trick, right? So we can see through it straight away. When that Muslim copper arrested that bloke with the Union flag, I go, yeah, psyop. That's purposely been there, just like the Sarah Everard thing and all that, to rage bait people. That's what that's about. Don't think this state is some kind, benevolent sort of being. It's not. It's fucking. It's just as bad as any tyrannical state like USSR or like, you know, or whatever, China. They do as bad as psychological operations as America does, all that. So he's coming on at 8 p.m. Yeah, and that's going to be on. It's on now, right now, but that's like the warm-up show, like the Gold Eagle show. But I just felt like doing a live show. No one clashing with them. Fuck it, there's only 10 people watching this, so. So yeah, I'm just finishing up my can, and then the spoons is just there. It's called what's it called? The old something. Let's see. Let's process. Let's sit down. The old.